Losi Laser Nut. This is a really cool looking vehicle. Unfortunately, I had a few issues with it on the first drive. The receiver, could not get that to work, and I also broke the front right axle. I sent an email to Losi. They are going to replace the axle and receiver. So hey, that's pretty darn awesome that they're willing to stand behind their product. That's really cool. However, in the meantime, in the Facebook group, I'll put a link in the description, found out that you can use these right here by Tekno. Sometimes getting the out drives into the diff, you may have to, kind of polish them off a little bit. But these are the TKR 2210X. So these are going to go into the front of this, and we're going to get this thing back out for another drive. Take a look. These are the Tekno pieces right here, and I do want to say I ordered this from AMain. Got here pretty darn quick. Now the one part that you may have to polish up, from what I can see online, you got to take off the oxide coating, the black right there, and then supposedly it'll fit right into the diff. So hopefully I can get these in for you guys and get this thing back out. And I'm also going to tighten up the steering bell crank because that is just so loose. But anyway, let's get busy. To get this project started, obviously, got to take the tires off, remove this little fake winch, which will probably never go back on. Take this off right here, and you should be able to get to the front diff right there, and that'll pull right out. So this is pretty much the Tenacity short course, just, stretched out a little bit. So should be pretty straightforward. Well, all right, that was a little bit more of a challenge than I was expecting. Didn't see the bolts way down there at the bottom, then the upturn on the chassis was kind of an issue. However, the diff is out. Now I have to open this up and get these right here changed out, and I guess I'm going to be putting in some new diff oil. I'll have to look at my supply, see what I've got, but everything looks good. Looks plenty strong enough. So here are the Tekno and here are the Losi. Now, you got to look at this right here. Fits in nice and smooth. The Tekno doesn't quite fit in there, and you can feel it wants to go. So basically I've got to polish that off right there to make this go right on in. Well, this is what I ended up with, and I do got to tell you, it took some time. It's more than just taking off the black oxide finish. It takes a little while to get that, but they're both done. And the way I did it was I clamped them in a vise gently like this right here, and then was cutting this into strips and was by hand just looping it around. Do this one-handed here like that, and just working it like this, and then trying to keep it round, because if you don't want to put a grinder on this, you don't want to put anything super abrasive. If you score that, and if it's scored, then well, it may very well leak. I mean, nobody wants a leaky diff, right? I've got everything back together, and it all actually goes together pretty smooth once you turn those down. Fits fine. The gears fit on and everything. Now, I just use some 200K diff oil. If I was tuning this for a, like a hard packed clay track where I was going to be, slipping and sliding a lot, I'd probably go with something thinner so I had less posi effect and let the differential work a little bit more. However, for what I'm going to be doing, this 200K is going to be just fine. Okay, so the diff is back in place, so not a problem. Now we get to start working on the hubs, and hopefully these Tekno axles will go right in. They're supposed to. And guess what? It fit in perfectly. Ha! I didn't have to do any mods at all. Simple bolt in on that side. So I'm just simply going to put this side together, and then we're going to start assembling it back into that. On the left is stock Losi. On the right is the Tekno. The Losi is bigger, which is better, right? Well, usually, but maybe not so much. Look on the left. See how thin that is around the pinhole? Well, that is where I broke mine. Then you can see where the Tekno is just got a lot more beef down there. I mean, there's just a lot more beef down there, so the Tekno should be way stronger. You can also see where the stock one was actually angling out, maxing out on the angle and rubbing right there. Up here, you can look at the Tekno on the right. If I can line those up, you can see the Tekno is just insanely larger. And you can also see where the stock Losi was actually rubbing on the drive cup as well right here. So definitely some issues with this axle shaft assembly right here. Hopefully we won't see any issues with the Tekno stuff. I've had really good luck with Tekno parts. Okay, so this is done and ready to go right back in. You can see the diff still sitting there. I'm going to take this opportunity, since all this stuff is out of the way, and see what I can do with this bell crank to tighten this thing up. Okay, so I turned that up a pretty good bit, and it's definitely tighter than what it was, so hopefully that'll help out. Well, all right, got it done. So we have the steering bell crank tightened up, the new stuff right through here. So this thing should be pretty much ready to go and put the tires on and get this thing outside, huh? Let's see about those tires. So guys, it's ready to go. I can finally go drive this thing again. The 200K diff oil feels good. Probably won't even be noticeable, you know, on the terrain that I'm going to be driving this on. Like I say, if I was fine-tuning this for a specific dry, dusty style course, you know, well, diff tuning really plays a role in there. But for me, just driving around on the grass and jumping it and blasting around through some sand, not an issue at all. Alright guys, got a new spot out here. A little bit windy. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. This will be the last time you ever see this vehicle this clean. And I've already flipped it over. And even though I tightened up the steering on it, it still didn't make much of a difference. We're gonna head on up. Oh! Oh, come on, baby, turn, turn. I gotta do something about the turning on this thing. Stuffed it. Oh, so nasty. So much rain. It's time for some 4S. It is going to be horrible out here. Oh well, 4S time. Alright, 4S time. Well, that's not bad. So much wind. Nice. Ew, I just got plastered. That's pretty darn cool. I like 4S better. Turn, dude, turn. Wow, that was a hard hit. It's starting to rain. Oh, and I flipped it. Oh, fell into something nasty. Starting to rain harder. Oh, I gotta go. Ugh. Gotta get this thing to turn. Got this servo saver turned up or tightened. Moves out pretty darn good. Turn, come on. Oh no, right in the water. If I could only make this thing turn, it would be nice. I guess I got more work to do. Yeah, it a little bit dirty, guys. At least it's all sand, you know. It's not like, you know, too crazy, but most of that'll come off. Look at that right there. I may have to put the water hose on this thing. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Yeah. Yeah, this may get the water hose. Oh, jeez. Turn you off. Then I'm gonna disconnect the battery and we are done because of a rain out again. Guys, that was one dirty drive. Holy cow. Hey, nothing broke. The Techno shafts held up great. The rear shafts are stock. They held up great. My other Techno shafts actually came in today, so I think I'm just gonna leave them in the bin and wait for these to actually pop. They may last for a while. That may have just been a fluke. But I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of guys post up broken axles pretty darn quick. Anyway, I do like 4S quite a bit better. The rain, the wind, the rain has just been insane. 3, 4, maybe 5 storms a day. So that area out there, everywhere I could go that's, you know, more proper terrain than my backyard, you know, is like that. It's just all blah, nasty. But anyway, guys, nothing broke. Had a great drive. I've got to tighten up the steering. Now, I've been reading on some of the Facebook groups, the TLR 3.0 bell crank is supposed to go right in and fix that. Yeah, if that's the case, comment down below and, you know, let me know that that is correct. I will get that put on this thing quick because all it needs at this point, aside from maybe a censored system, but I'm just going to leave it with what it's got so long as it still works after I water hosed the thing off. There was no way to clean it off with just the air hose. I had to water hose it off. So anyway, need to get that steering taken care of. So guys, check that description for links for this. And it's pretty much stock. I don't really have a lot of other stuff. However, if you do have stuff in your AMain, eBay, Amazon, Red Cat, Walmart carts, if you have stuff in those carts, click one of the links below, check out, and that'll help support the channel. So guys, hopefully you liked the video. Make sure you're subscribed, and thank you all for watching. If you guys like what you see, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. If you really like what you see, consider clicking on that join button down below. With that, you can actually become a channel member. Members get early viewing of many of the videos, and you know, a little bit more personalized. Guys, thank you all for watching.